Editing PDFs is honestly just one of those things everybody has to do at some point, but nobody actually enjoys doing. And usually the moment you actually need a PDF editor, you run into Adobe Acrobat and then you see the subscription price. And then you're left not wanting to edit anything at all. So when Tenorshare reached out about their PDF alternative to Adobe Acrobat, I was incredibly curious to see if this is just another watered down tool or if it's actually worth it. So quick transparency before we do actually get into the video. This video is sponsored by Tenorshare, but everything you are gonna see in this video is my own real life experience. So this is Tenorshare's PDF editor. It's available for both Mac and Windows, and the main idea here is pretty simple. It's meant to cover pretty much everything that most people use Adobe Acrobat for, but without locking you into a monthly subscription. And right away, one of the first things I notice is how clean and straightforward the interface is. There's no learning curve whatsoever. Everything is laid out in a very straightforward way, and you can start using this even if you've never used PDF editors before. Let's talk a little bit about performance and user experience. Performance-wise, it feels light. It opens quickly, files load fast, and honestly, nothing feels sluggish at all. One thing I personally really like about this editor is the autosave feature. If you've ever edited a long document and you've lost progress because something froze or crashed, you know how painful that is. So with the autosave feature, you're never actually gonna know you need it until you have it. Overall, user interface wise, it does feel very stable and beginner friendly, but not necessarily in a way that it limits you to what you're doing, but more so in a way that it invites you to actually use the product in the way they intend to. Let's talk about actual PDF editing, because that's the most important part. You can directly click into text inside a PDF and start editing it. Change the wording, adjust the font, the size, the color, all of it without converting the file first. You can also add a ton of different images, links, headers, footers, and watermarks. There's also page management. So if you want to merge any type of PDF, if you want to split them, extract pages, replace them, all of that stuff is built into it right there. And honestly, for most people, this already covers more than 90% of what people are actually going to use. And one of the biggest features that Tenorshare offers is its OCR. And that's something that a lot of people pay big bucks to Adobe to get. OCR just basically lets you take any type of scanned document and turn it into editable text. Tenorshare actually uses Abby's OCR engine, which is actually a pretty big deal since they're known for being very accurate. It also works offline, which is going to be a big plus when it comes to working in places that don't necessarily have an internet connection. And just as a big plus, it's cool that it gets stored locally instead of in a big cloud if that's something that you don't want. It supports 16 languages, and it actually does a very good job at keeping the entire layout intact, which is usually where cheaper editors go wrong. You can also batch a ton of OCR files at once, which is obviously going to come in handy if you are a person doing a heavier workflow on your computer. And on top of everything I've already mentioned, you also get conversion tools. So you can convert either a PDF to an Excel, a Word, a PowerPoint, or whatever other document it may be, and vice versa. I tested a few conversions myself, and formatting actually stays pretty consistent, which is a lot of the times where these types of tools go wrong. In terms of annotations, you have highlights, you have notes, drawings, shapes, stamps, and there's also going to be a sidebar that shows all of these annotations so you can jump directly to them. If you're a student, a teacher, or somebody that reviews documents often, this feature is going to be really helpful. So let's take a look at the security, the printing, and the pricing. In terms of security features, they have things like password protecting different files, or even restricting editing, printing, or copying. Printing is also pretty customizable too, by having page ranges, layouts, duplex printing, with or without annotations, and many more things. Now, pricing is where Tenorshare actually really differentiates itself from Adobe Acrobat, because instead of getting everything I just mentioned for a monthly subscription, all you have to do is pay a one-time fee. So instead of paying every single month, all you have to do is pay once, which for a lot of people makes a lot of sense. So overall, if you regularly use PDF editors, but you're tired of monthly subscriptions, Tenorshare's PDNob is an amazing option to try out. Tenorshare isn't trying to reinvent the PDF editor, but they're doing a very good job at being an excellent alternative to the ones that are already out there. So I'll have all of the links to Tenorshare's PDF editor down below. Let me know what you guys think, and if you have tried Tenorshare, leave all of your opinions down below. I also want to thank Tenorshare again for sponsoring this video, and well, since there's nothing left to be said, I'll see you guys in the next one.